Hello, hello. Hello, and welcome to the Daily Political Tarot and Astrology here on the Black and Orange channel. Thank you for being here. I am here literally every single day of the year to take your political questions out of the chat. Just leave your questions in the chat before I come on. We have epic troll slayers who keep us safe, and we have got a fantastic community here because of what you've built, of what you've contributed. Thank you. You have been so kind to each other, so kind to me. It's a blessing. Thank you. And if you are watching on, if you're watching later, hello. Don't forget you can go down in the description box. All the questions are listed there. I timestamp them as I go, so you can pick and choose what you're interested in, or you can watch back on higher speed. Hello, Boo Boo. How are you? Are we passing through? Yes, you're just passing through. A little, it's not really a drive-by, a little cuteness paw-by, something. All right, a little moisturizer for the hands. And yes, the spring cats. All right. And on today's episode, oh boy, sorry, I keep forgetting to do moisturizer until I'm on camera. So it does look a little bit like Boo Boo. Only Boo Boo has that brown striped tail and that big heart by his nose, but it still counts. Okay, here's the thing. I hope that you know by now, for all the years, because I have been on here, and if you're new, I have been on here, other than 2 emergencies, I have been on here every single day for over 5 years. Yeah. I'm here every single day, and I do not lie to you. I don't. People may not like what I have to say. People may not agree with what I have to say, but I give it to you as gently as I have a Cancer moon, so I give it to you as gently as the truth as I know it, as gently as I can, but I give you the truth as I know it. And I'm having to say that right now as I'm turning on this lamp, because the channel is hurting. And I'm to be honest, I'm kind of stuck, but in a good way, in that I think that people are moving toward live streams and content that is more uplifting, that gets them away from all this political stuff, everything Trump related, which is just miserable. And I understand that. I'm also a news junkie, so I also don't understand how people can put their heads in the sand and pretend things aren't happening. So I am just going to keep on doing the best I can. I am going to keep showing up, and I am going to keep bringing art and color and whatever comfort I can bring to you, keeping this community going so that everybody knows they're welcome, that you always have a place to go to. But I can't sugarcoat what's happening. So anyway. All right. So on today's episode, the first 2 things aren't very surprising. On today's episode, well, they're a little surprising. It's the 3rd thing that, ouch. Okay, here we go. Thank you, Louisa. Thank you. Denmark, on today's episode, Denmark, the United Kingdom, Germany, Finland, and Canada have all issued travel advisories against coming to the U.S. That's so embarrassing. That's so embarrassing. Oh, Monkey's Llama, thank you for becoming a member. Thank you. Trump now says he never signed the proclamation invoking the Alien Enemies Act. The Federal Register has the document with his signature on it. But this last thing, I think, is going to, it cannot, even if it doesn't affect us out of the gate, this will affect us. Thank you. Okay. There are people who came here legally from Latin American countries in 2022 and 2023. They took advantage of a program that Biden set up, and these are people who are here legally. And isn't that supposed to be the point? Only legal immigration, you'd think? They've had their legal status revoked, and they have until April 24th to leave. Here's the problem. Not that that's not a problem. That's a problem. Here's the thing. This is over 500,000 people. This is nearly, it's like 400 and, oh no, here we go. Terminating the legal status of around 532,000 people. And you think that's not going to have an effect on our economy? Okay, so anyway, it is disgraceful. Yes. Coyote, yes. Okay, so we're just going to jump in. We'll get to that in a minute. We're going to do these in order, those three in order. So, okay. So at 8 minutes in, Kristen from Uncover the News was kind enough to ask this. Kind enough to let us know about this and to ask about it. Denmark, the United Kingdom, Germany, Finland, and Canada have all issued travel advisories for their citizens against coming to the U.S. Claiming that if their citizens travel here, they cannot guarantee their safety and freedom, especially from detainment at the border if they are LGBTQ+. Thank you, Scan Man. Thank you. Thank you. UK, Germany, Finland, Canada. Pamela, thank you so much. Thank you. No worries. No worries. Thank you. I'm just going to shuffle here. This is embarrassing. Thank you, Pamela. This is embarrassing. I'm. How? Why? Really? Really? All that. Do these idiots have any clue how much money we get from tourism in this country? And the people in Las Vegas are not, the bigwigs in Las Vegas aren't screaming their heads off amongst all the other places. Thank you, Rose Blue. Thank you. Trying to whitewash America. Oh, yeah. It's all minor arcana because it's just regular, everyday people. There are a lot of jobs based on tourism, people visiting, people coming to visit family, friends, having made new friends. A true warrior witch. It's not only tourism money. What is going to happen when we need medical specialists from other countries? They're not going to come here. Exactly. Sabine says Florida with Disneyland will feel it very badly. Mm-hmm. But this, where's the, sorry, I need the rack. Bring out the rack. And the comfy chair and the soft cushions. Put all the stuffing in one corner. Two of Swords. All right, so these are decisions and very bad ones. Trump's base of power. The Page of Wands, Queen of Wands. Is everybody going along with this Fool, the only major arcana here? For what it's worth, it very much does feel like the American people won't mess with you. Live and let live. 75 million Democrats voted. This jerk barely ended up in office. Yeah, it's not really MAGA land when you get out into the populace. So at least there's that. But these policies are as short-sighted as they are stupid, which would be very. Mark says Cittadini. Yeah, really. Is this going to affect, is tourism going to dry up and yeah. This used to be considered a good and safe place to go. As longtime viewers know, I was married to an Englishman for 20 years. And his family would come over to visit, and they would come over with empty suitcases. So they could go shopping. They could fill up their luggage with clothes and bedding and all this stuff, all these treats and all of this stuff. Wow. Thank you, Lena. Oh, thank you. Yes, precious one. So, Two of Cups. But, this is when you run across the average American, and I don't know, maybe it's a Chicago thing, but I don't think it is. That, in general, people are people, and yeah. If you ask somebody for the time of day, they'll usually just go, "Oh yeah, it's you're welcome. You're be nice and you're golden." But these policies, we have the cult and the few bad apples. But this is part of the. This is like they're putting up signs saying, "No one who's not American-born, white, need visit." And it is going to, like all this kind of gross stupidity, it hurts us. Duh. Okay. All right. Arlene says an innkeeper in Maine said 90% of his reservations have vanished. He relies heavily on Canadian tourists. He said he may have to close his inn if he continues losing reservations for this year. Yep. Yeah. So, next question was from Claude at 1545. Precious one. After signing the Enemy Act executive order, Felony 45 is now saying, oh, he never signed it. I never signed it. Is he thinking the U.S. people are idiots, or is he suffering from some kind of dementia? That he honestly doesn't remember signing it, or worse, someone else used the autopen? Personally, I think he's getting pushback in the courts, and his immediate reaction is to blame somebody else, take utterly no responsibility. Beekeeper Tarot says he's just a liar. That's it. Yeah. Amy Jones says he's a liar and a gaslighter. Yep. Cindy Pool says that apparently Felonious 47 is blaming Rubio. Surprise. And Rubio will probably take it, because that man is an invertebrate. Nice try. Knight of Pentacles. What was the what is that book about the insurance companies, and the name of it was 3 words beginning with D, and I'm trying to be so careful on how I put this. And a certain Italian American may have, because you've not been found guilty in a court of law, may have scratched it into the side of some small pieces of metal that were sent at great speed. One of them's deposed. Delay, deny, depose. That's the word I was missing. Well, that's how Trump functions. With anything legal, anything like that. Delay, deny, and then take them to court. So, and everyone around him is in the cult, and they will cover for him, stir things up. Knight of Wands. Yeah, he's such a scumbag. 10 of Wands. This is the burden of all the stuff he's done. It's right there. What a maroon. What an ultra maroon. Ace of Cups. Nice try. In your little liar's bubble. That's great for you. But yeah, we have the receipt, you idiot. So will Dumpy be held legally accountable? I mean, he can't be charged with anything that he's done while in office. So why even bother denying? Well, he doesn't have to show up in court. There's a big old justice card for the reading. 3 cards are temperance, but legal pain, and the thief card. So whether it's the DOJ or there's somebody who will have to take the fall for this or be in trouble for this, I should say. And of course, it's not going to be him. I don't. Your Warrior Witch says because he's a habitual liar. Yes. Yes. That's true. Steve Myers said, KKK Carolyn Leavitt, the press secretary said he signed it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mr. Dill says, simple answer, it is who he is. Knee jerk. Take no responsibility, lie, duck dodge, cause chaos, rely on sycophants. Yeah, he's just being a despicable human being, so it's a day ending in day. Vanity, I guess? Actually, it isn't. It isn't that I think I'm gorgeous. Sometimes these things bug me. So I keep my brush nearby. There we go. Now it will bug me less. Nutty says his attorneys were just threatened with jail. Do it. Come on, judicial branch. Do it. All right, now we get to the not only sad story, but anyone who thinks this isn't going to affect our economy, our country as a whole, which you need to get a Tangle Teaser brush. It'll change your life, I promise. Tangle Teaser brush. I don't know what that is. I'll have to look it up. Thank you. All right, let's... 2230. The United States said Friday it was terminating the legal status of around 532,000 immigrants from Cuba, Cubans, Haitians, Nicaraguans, Venezuelans, giving them weeks until April 24th to leave the country. These people are here legally. They didn't sneak in. They are here legally. Under a Biden-era program that was designed to ease tensions at the border. First of all, can you even imagine the disruption? 532,000 people in this country. Poof, gone. Gone. Boom. They didn't break any laws. Didn't break any laws. Amy Jones is saying our local mega pork processing plant runs on Haitian labor. Oh yeah, there are many. Julie says these include children. Well, that's not going to make it any better. But thank you. There are many reasons I'm glad I'm vegan. I have been for 21. Actually, it's getting up near about 22 years. I don't have a choice. I've got a health condition that I can't actually eat anything higher on the food chain, but I'm very glad. Glad I discovered that was the problem, or a big part of it, and I'm very happy being vegan. But if there aren't enough people in the meat processing, then the price of meat goes up a lot. A lot of farmers can't sell their cattle because there isn't a market. Chaos. This whole thing, chaos. I'm not just reading about the meatpacking, but this is chaotic. Tower world. Out of the blue. Boom. People did nothing wrong. Nothing. Stars in the middle. Nine of Wands. Four of Pentacles. All right. These people, it's very unlikely these people came here because they came for a high roller vacation and just decided to stay. No, they're here to work. They're here to raise their families, basic human rights kind of stuff, you know, living, working, being decent, adding to the community. And then suddenly, boom, you have 1 month. It is March 22nd. You have a month to leave the country. Goodbye. So yes, financially, ouch. That hurts a lot. The weird thing is, in the center, I've got a star card, which basically is saying, it says something when the consolation prize is, at least you don't end up on a plane going to El Salvador. This is awful. This is awful. Okay. It's awful for them. But like I said, I know there are people avoiding the news, but what are we going to do if we don't see, if we don't witness? All right. How will this affect the economy? How will this affect? Well, I'm glad to see some fellow vegans and vegetarians. You know, the fact that we can do as well as we have without meat, which is perfectly possible, of course. They're skills. This is a skill set. Knowing what to eat, knowing how to get enough protein. All right. 532,000 people, even if it does include children. It doesn't. I don't think that matters. How will this affect the economy, the U.S. economy? The U.S. lost, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, as always, please. I believe the U.S. lost more than 1 million people to COVID during the pandemic. This is half of that in a month for people who did nothing wrong and there's no pandemic. Just gone. I mean, they'll still be alive, thank heavens, but gone. Trump is doing everything he can to undermine the economy. Why does he think tariffs are good? Why? Anyway, Ace of Cups, the world. Let me pull the rack up. Ace of Cups, the world. King of Pentacles, Judgment, Six of Swords. Well, those who are wealthy are going to continue to say the boneheaded things they've been saying. judgments. All these people having to leave. All right, all this does is tell me what happened. What's going to happen to the U.S. economy? U.S. economy. Maybe I wasn't concentrating enough. All right, what's going to happen to the U.S. economy? Unless something, I don't think anything could step in the way. If Biden created that program through executive order, Trump can erase it. U.S. economy. All of these legal immigrants leaving. Incredible. Giovanna says, because he's a bonehead. Yes, I'm with you on that. You and I were looking at the truth. Yeah, I was on social media last night, and there was someone who said, do we need to talk about liberal prepping? Because I'm keep trying to save just a little here, get a little extra there, and just start. And I've got family members who are looking at me like I'm crazy. And then the comments were just full of, nope, I'm doing it. No, yeah, my husband's looking at me like I'm crazy. Oh, yeah, my significant other, or whatever, they're all thinking I've lost my mind, but I'm still doing it. Chariot. The economy was actually doing much better under Biden. Hello. He's the one who got everything to come back after the pandemic. Remember all those glorious jobs numbers that would come out that would drive Maria Bartiromo out of her little pointed mind? She'd get so mad there were so many new jobs. I love that. But this economy, he's like, but what can I get out of it? Waiting for his shit to come in. Absolute chaos. Major arcana chaos. 8 of Wands. More policies like this, just dumb as bricks. 2 of Wands, and he just keeps running his mouth. Thank you, Giovanna. Thank you. Extra can good donation. Thank you. Thank you. Chris Cole just bought more mason jars yesterday. I need to do that. So Ty. So do these people really have to go? The courts step in. Yeah, they have to go. I think it's executive order. This is a refusal. You're done, you're out. He's a fool. And he's basically railroading these people out. Okay, moving on. Yes, that was a boo-boo. Cindy said, I've been stocking supplies and food in my basement. My family thinks I'm overreacting, but I don't care. Yeah. Okay, so next. Yeah. 3430. Yeah. So apparently, you know how some people are turning Teslas into little crispy critters? The FBI is not only targeting those who are setting Teslas on fire, but apparently they are beginning to probe into those who are protesting Elon Musk in general. They're going to love me. Hi, how's it going? Come on in. I think he's a scumbag. And I protest. Hello, precious. You were the boy. You did good boy. Okay. You doing okay? Oh, yeah. Seek help, Dumpy. Yeah, this is the same kind of garbage. Authoritarian. This is just authoritarian garbage. Do not question. I read a really interesting article this morning about Adolf with the tiny mustache. Really interesting story. I think it's in the Atlantic. Yeah, there's a plan, but it's not going to come to much. Seriously. But is it awful? Yes. There are better uses of their resources. But 99.9999% of people protesting Elon Musk were harmless. But, oh yeah, there has to be some kind of paranoid plan in place to appease the... I keep trying to think of worse insults for Trump, but he is just an insult in and of himself. Teresa Wilson says, I am over 50. They can come to my house, my door, ask how I feel. They will get an earful. This is on this channel. This is video number 2308. So if somebody wants to hold those accountable, speaking out against Trump and Musk and all the others. Hi. Hi there. How's it going? How's your mom and them? I don't think this is going to come to much, is the upshot. First Amendment. Yes, Isabel. Yeah, I mean, I just keep getting Democrats in the middle who are just like, so? And Trump all bent out of shape because his meal ticket. Musk is Trump's meal ticket. Remember that. You'd think that he'd grifted enough money from his suckers with the meme coin and all this other garbage he's done, but no, but they're trying to stir stuff up, and the changes are coming. Yeah, you don't get astrological configurations that haven't happened in bare minimum 12,000 years without it mattering, without it having an effect. So thank you, Norma. Yes, Bernie, please make sure you vote for all of the Democrats running in your state and districts this year and in 2026. Yes. All right, well, that's that. But Cindy Poole had a very interesting take on this. So let's have a look at 39. Are Musk's minions torching Teslas for the insurance since the Teslas aren't selling? Is there a bunch of insurance fraud going on here? Now, Hal Sparks took a video of his, apparently he's within like visual distance of some kind of Tesla dealership. And so when there was a fire over there, he took video of it. He's been showing it on his channel. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I think there were only 2 of them that were on fire. 2 of the Teslas were actually on fire. It wasn't the building. It wasn't all of the. So I would think you'd have to, if you're really going to try to save your dealership or company, you'd have to get rid of more than just 2 on the lot. That just raises your insurance rates. Now, setting the charging stations on, in the immortal words of B. Dylan Hollis, fire! Now that the structural issues with setting the charging stations on fire, that might be different. But I don't know. That's just the one that Hal took a picture of. Some of the others there might be more extensive damage, like more Teslas on fire. Teresa, happy birthday to your dad. All right. Entertainment only YouTube. I don't have the thief card. I will say that. But I'd like to say for the record, nobody's setting Prius on fire. Just throwing that out there. 9 of Swords. 2 of Wands. Empress. 9 of Pentacles. Wheel of Fortune. A lot of worry. And Trump even had a Tesla commercial at the White House. And there's the country. Not interested. But sitting pretty. Why are these Tesla dealers and people heavily involved in Tesla, why are they still sitting pretty? That's going to change, but how would that be possible with sales down? Entertainment only YouTube. Amy Collins says that Ontario canceled their Starlink contract. Good. Tigers of Forley, I don't know what that means, I'm afraid. True, Nettie, and the commercial failed. Yeah. Actually, I'm getting that I'm getting that yet there are definitely people who should not be setting these things alight. This isn't all made up. 9 of Wands. Musk and his ilk are very much under the feeling attacked. But again, I've got that sitting pretty card. There's Temperance, and then there's more of what there's more of Trump's policies and garbage to come. I also have to wonder. All right, hear me out. Hear me out. I want to say it was Tomb Raider, the movie, when they made the movie Tomb Raider, because of doing certain things in certain countries and putting things over here and doing da 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 and da 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 da, tax breaks here because you did that, and then this grant and that and this. In this case with Tesla, all of their they sell the carbon because it's an electric company. They don't have, they get like credit because they're not adding to, they're like credits or something you get for being good to the environment, and they actually sell those to polluters. But it feels like there are a bunch of things in place, but with the Tomb Raider movie, because of all of the financial this, that, and the other, the movie was paid for before it came out. I have to wonder if something is going on there where it looks bad, and yeah, it may hurt Muck, but I'm still getting that card keeps coming up about sitting pretty, which means I wonder if poor little rich boys are, they're bigly mad because they've lost billions, but they are also gained all of this other stuff over here, and I get the feeling it's not quite as bad as they're making it out to be. Oh, I'm the victim. Please. Yeah, just, they're so far out of reality. Okay. At 4710. Now this is a puzzler. And I have a quote from Sarah too with this one. 4715. So, Dumpy announced that the Small Business Administration will immediately handle all federal student loans. What does federal student loans got to do with the Small Business Administration? Okay. And RFK Jr. is now in charge of handling special needs and all of the nutrition programs and everything else. This is a quote. RFK Jr. is now in charge of, quote, handling special needs and all of the nutrition programs and everything else, unquote. Sarah's response to this, she put it in the description box. It's 4 letters that represent, it's 4 letters in a row that represent 2 words. The letters are DA and FUQ. Or as I would say, the heck? 3 for student loans to start with. But take care, Denise. Okay, student loans. Small Business Administration. Not good. That's new. That's the new management. The changeover is fraught. And it is ultimately going to be ultimately going to be expensive for those with student loans, unfortunately, but it's also going to cost us a fortune, taxpayers a fortune, for this slapdash stupidity. Denise says, I'm going to clear my head and get some fresh air. Oh, take care. Take care of yourself. Yeah. Yeah, that's a card for the reading. So it's inept. It's they are going to have to staff this. They're going to have to try to bring over people who knew what was going on with the systems, but didn't they fire them? Well, my understanding is they're letting go 40% of people at the Department of Education. Okay. So 50, 40. Yes, and RFK Jr. is now in charge of handling special needs and all the nutrition. Please. Is he going to take them out and teach them how to gather roadkill? RFK Jr. This is why in the afternoon we're just productive and we just walk away from the news for a while. I'm just getting expensive, incredibly expensive. This guy couldn't organize his way out of a paper bag. Look, there may have been a point before he was an addict of H for 15 years, was it? When he would have been sharp as a tack. Those were many years ago. This is disappointment, and it's not great. Waiting for their ship to come in. I guess they're still trying to save money to give bigger tax breaks to themselves and the billionaires. This is a decision. This is lies about what's involved, and RFK Jr., who couldn't organize his way out of a paper bag. Hello, precious. Hello, very good boy. Oh, you are the good boy. Yes, you are. Dear great Gussie. Yeah. Hi. Silver Lining says, woo, so many people newly unemployed. It's 8 a.m. where I am. Hi. Well, we have a lot of retirees who come to the channel. And people who work other hours. Yo, you are the precious. Can you hear him purring? Oh, we're lying down now. Oh, okay. We might be done for today. Can you hear him? You're so good. You're so good. We are. I agree. I agree, Lois. We're going to get through this. We are. Suzanne, hello. It's 4 a.m. here in Brisbane. Oh, wow. 5 a.m. in Sydney. A few early worms to catch autumn. Oh, thank you. Yes, the perfect ending. He's so good. Good boy. We're going to get through this. Oh, yes, Raymond, happy Catterday. Boy. All right. So I hope you don't feel too disheartened, because we are going to get through this. And we look at the news together. So I do hope you have a wonderful day. Sarah won't be at Creative Sprints today, but I will be. No, the sweetness. Yes. So I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. I'll be over leading Creative Sprints at 3 Chicago time. Cosmic Goat Lady says, breathe deeply. It's almost gardening season. Duh. He's a good boy. Yeah, he's not nipping at me today. Yeah. All right. So do hang in there. Cindy says our garden is planted. That's fantastic. All right. So you're not alone. Please remember you're not alone, that we are in this together, and that there are good days ahead. It's just the news can be really upsetting, but we're going to make it through this. Thank you. Oh, and very quickly, that article I read this morning on Adolf Tiny Mustache. Basically, it explained on how no one was taking him seriously up until he became chancellor, because everyone who met him in person said what a sniveling waste of space he was, who didn't inspire anyone except their hatred. And I thought, gosh, that sounds like somebody. Who else do we know who people weren't taking seriously because he's a sniveling waste of space? Yeah. But he did have some people around him who knew how to organize stuff, whereas Dumpy can't stand anyone around him being good at what they do. I don't know. So, all right. So take care. Yeah, Freudian slip. Yes, Jennifer. Sorry about that. All right. Hang in there, and see you tomorrow. Now I've got to figure out how to turn. Oh, wait. Oh, there we go. Okay, he moved. I was going to say, without using my arms, trying to turn off the, trying to end the thing. Just kind of leaning forward, trying to hit the button with my nose.